Good morning, dear students. So today again I am taking exercise 7.1, question number 12 you see. Okay, question number 12 you see. Here in bracket it is given x cube minus 1 to the power of 1 by 3 into x to the power of 5. Which part can give us its derivative can be the other part, like that. So let us try like this. Say x cube minus 1, suppose I consider it as t, x cube minus 1 as t. So here we are going to find integration of x cube minus 1 whole to the power of 1 by 3 into x to the power of 5. So suppose I consider here x cube minus 1 as t, then x cube will be equal to t plus 1, no? And by taking its derivative we can say like this, that 3x square is equal to dt by dx, because derivative of 1 is 0. So from here what we can say, that is dt is equal to 3x square into dx. Now how to rearrange this given problem? Given problem is say here I'm just saying that this problem now, x cube minus 1 to the power of 1 by 3 x to the power of 5 into dx. So you see this part we can say as t, so it is integration of t to the power of 1 by 3. But this one x to the power of 5, we can break it now like this, x square into x cube into dx, like this. Now that way if we proceed, then what will happen here, x square, from here you can say what is x square into dx, that part you can separate. Then if this 3 is taken here, it will be dt by 3. So x square into dx can represent what? dt by 3. Are you understanding? I am saying that x square into dx, this can be substituted by dt by 3. Take this 3 here in this side, so it will be dt on 3 is equal to x square times dx. So when you have got x square times dx, that you replace by this one dt by 3. So I am writing like this, integration of t to the power of 1 by 3 into, for this x square into dx, we will write here dt on 3. And what about x cube? And x cube you know it is t plus 1. So I can write here t plus 1. So did you understand this, students? So ultimately that whole thing is changing into this. It is 1 by 3, you can separately write like this, keep it aside. Then by this t to the power of 3, 1 by 3, if you multiply over this, what it will be? T to the power of 1 by 3 plus 1, power is 1 here, so it will be t to the power of 1 by 3 plus 1, that is 4 by 3, plus t to the power of 1 by 3 into 1, so it is t to the power of 1 by 3, okay, then whole into dt, okay. So dear students, just you see 1 by 3, so it is t to the power of 4 by 3 into dt plus integration of t to the power of 1 by 3 into dt, okay. So we will get now here 1 by 3 into its power will be now t to the power of 4 by 3 plus 1, no, and down there 4 by 3 plus 1. Then for this also t to the power of 1 by 3 plus 1 divided by t to the 1 by 3 plus 1. Then here it will be for both this c1 and here c2, suppose you get constants, so at the end you will get a constant c from both. So together it is a common, it's a sum of two constants. So the final thing will be like this, 1 by 3 into t to the power of 4 by 3 plus 1, 4 plus 3, 7 by 3, divided by 7 by 3, plus t to the power of 3 plus 1, 4 by 3, divided by 4 by 3, no? Oh, plus c, okay, no? So you can say now here 1 by 3 into 3 will go up, it will be 3 into t to the power of 7 by 3 by 7 plus t to the power of 4 by 3, and this 3 will go up, it will be 3 by 4 plus c, Okay, or you can say C1 suppose. By this 1 by 3, if we multiply over this, it will be t to the power of 7 by 3 by this 7 plus t to the power of 4 by 3 by 4 plus 1 by 3 into c, that is c. So this t stand for what now? You can substitute it. So t stand for x cube minus 1. You recall? This t stand for x cube minus 1. So now you substitute that part here. So your final thing will be like this, that for this you will have to write x cube minus 1 whole to the power of 7 by 3. And by the side you can write 1 by 7 as a coefficient. Plus here you write 1 by 4 into t stand for what? X cube minus 1 whole to the power of 4 by 3 plus this constant c. So this is our final answer. Okay, dear students? So you can show the answer this way. But this C1, why I am saying C1 is actually sum of the constant obtained from here and obtained from here. That is the sum of the two constants. When this 1 by 3 will be multiplied with this C1, that will be another constant. So 1 by 3 into C1 makes this constant C. So final constant is C. Okay, no? So this should be our answer. Okay, dear students? Next, go to another question here. Question number 14 is 1 by x into log of x to the power of m, where x greater than 0. Question number 14. Okay. So here we will start like this. So here integration of 1 by x into log of x whole to the power of m, x greater than 0 and m is not equal to 1. M is not equal to 1. Okay, so it is given there. So we can proceed this way. Suppose we consider this log x as t, because you know that derivative of log x is 1 by x. So then derivative of log x will be 1 by x. So 1 by x we can substitute by that new variable. So we will be able to write like this. Suppose log x is considered as a new variable t, then d by dx of log x will be equal to dt by dx, from where we can get 1 by x and dx comes here into dx is equal dt. Okay, dear students? Now we have therefore dt is equal to 1 by x into dx. So therefore now we will write original problem. Integration of 1 by x log x raised to the power of m dx can be written as, for this 1 by x into dx is t, dt is there, 1 by then log x to the power of m, log x stand for what? T. So we will write integration of 1 by t to the power of m into dt, because 1 by x into dx is dt, we are using this. So 1 by x into dx is dt, and then remains 1 by log x to the power of m. So log x is t to the power of m. So now, dear students, we can write it as integration of t to the power of minus m, because if you write it, the reciprocal will be negative dt. Now you apply t to the power of minus m plus 1 by minus m plus 1 plus constant c. Or t stand for what? Log x. So you will write here log x whole to the power of 1 minus m divided by 1 minus m plus constant c. This is our answer. Okay, dear students? One more. Look at question number 17. X by e raised to the power of x square. Here, so if I consider x square as t, suppose, let x square be taken as t, then twice x into dx is equal to dt. means d by dx of x square equal to dt by dx. So after simplifying we will get twice x into dx is equal to dt. From here we can also say x multiplied by dx is equal to this 2 you take in this side, so it will half dt. Now take the original problem. Original problem was this is x dx. This part I am writing together with this x into dx divided by e to the power of x square. So then here we will get integration of x into dx. X into dx is half dt divided by e to the power of x square equal to t. X square equal to t. So it can also be written as half aside into e to the power of minus t dt. So integration of e to the power of minus t will be minus e to the power of minus t. That will be half into, here it will be minus e to the power of minus t plus the constant c. Okay. So the final thing will be like this, minus 1 by 2 into e to the power of minus t, then half into c, half into say c1, this one, half into c1. So you can write it as minus 1 by 2 into e to the power of minus t, t stands for x square, so x square, plus half of c1 is a constant c. This is our answer. Okay dear students, this will be our answer. Look at question number 18. E raised to the power of tan inverse x by 1 plus x square. E raised to the power of tan inverse x divided by 1 plus x square. Integration of this one. Dear students, as you know, the integration of tan inverse derivative of tan inverse x, ddx of, we know like this, that we can write like this. We know d by dx of tan inverse x is equal to 1 by 1 plus x square. So 1 by 1 plus x square is the derivative of tan inverse x. Then we can say like this, d tan inverse x is equal to 1 by 1 plus x square into dx. No? So now just you see, that means if we consider tan inverse x as suppose t, suppose we consider, let us consider like this, tan inverse x as t, then ddx of tan inverse x is equal to dt on dx. So, and its derivative is 1 by 1 plus x square. So it will be 1 by 1 plus x square equal to dt by dx. So 1 by 1 plus x square into dx is equal to dt. This can be considered as dt. Are you understanding what I am saying? Notice here this time little you are getting confused maybe because this one we are actually t, we are thinking it as t. Okay, so d by dx of tan inverse x is dt by dx because this is t. Then that means d by dx of tan inverse x is equal to 1 by 1 plus x square because its derivative is 1 by 1 plus x square. So d by dx of this one. So dx taking that side, it will be like this. And this tan inverse x is what? T. We are considering same. So this is ultimately dt only. So dt is 1 by 1 plus x square dx. Don't get confused, right? So it will be, now we can write the original problem. Integration of e to the power of tan inverse x by 1 plus x square dx. So that gives us integration of e to the power of tan inverse x. Tan inverse x is t, e to the power of t divided by 1 plus x square into dx. 1 divided by 1 plus x square into dx. That is actually dt. So we can write here directly dt. So this is, so integration of e to the power of t with respect to t is e to the power of t only plus c. So the final thing will be e to the power of tan inverse x plus constant c. This is our answer. Once again you see, I consider this whole portion as t, that is first step, and I take its derivative. I get like this: dt by dx is equal to d by dx of tan inverse x. As you know, its derivative is 1 by 1 plus x square. dt by dx of tan inverse is 1 by 1 plus x square. So from here, if we take this tan dx to that side, it will be like this. So d of tan inverse x is equal to 1 by 1 plus x square, and d of tan inverse x we consider as t, so it will be now dt. It will be now dt. So dt is equal to 1 by 1 plus x square. So this is important. Now I write the original program. Original program was this one, and in that e to the power tan inverse x is e to the power t now, and divided by dx by 1 plus x square, that can be now represented dx by 1 plus x square, and we represent dt. So we write here dt. Ultimately this is like this. Okay, dear students, this is the final answer. That means in all these problems you need to check out in the problem which part can be differentiated, and it's after differentiating you get that portion as a second part.